Hi everyone, and welcome back to my garden. This month is April, and it's a special month for me because it's when I started planting the garden 2 years ago, and it's just really nice to reflect for a second on how far it's come at this time of year. The hedge is really filling out nicely now, which is lovely. I wasn't sure whether it would take off, but it seems pretty happy. I bought some herbs and I don't really know where to put them. I just knew I wanted to have more of them for cooking and things. Here you can see my auntie's dog Rosie doing a little inspection of them. I'm thinking I'm going to do a raised bed on the outside of the greenhouse, just a low one, and plant them in it because that way kind of all the foodie things in the garden are in one place for now. I was so excited to start off some seeds in the greenhouse that I got a little carried away. I got these tomato plants given to me as a gift, but I've always wanted to try grow beefsteak tomatoes, so I sowed some of those as well. I planted some dwarf French beans, and I also potted on my cosmos seedlings. I also sowed some lettuce. I've never grown it from seed before, only started with starter plants, so let's see how I get on. I finally managed to pot up the chocolate vine I bought last year. It was barely hanging on at this point, so I hope now it'll be in a situation that it can actually flourish. Lots of flowers were starting to come out in the garden, and I really love the contrast of yellow against blue. It's just it's like they bring out the best of each other. The buds on the wisteria were also huge this year, so it was a very positive sign for me for flowering and what might come. Just at the start of April, the camassias started to flower. And I love these, and so look forward to them coming each year. I planted a couple of different varieties, I planted a few different varieties of bulb last year, so I'm looking forward to seeing them come on over the coming weeks. And the tomato seedlings took off quickly, which was like super encouraging. But when the ballerina tulips emerged, and oh my days, I was not ready for how stunning they would be. I will definitely be planting more of these in the autumn.
At night, I'll do my best to mind the flame if you keep me sane. You've held me up, showed me.
The grasses I was afraid to cut back have come back with a vengeance, so I'm pretty happy. I went hard on the cutting now, and I had a visit from my neighbour's cat while checking on them in the garden one evening.
To look at the sky, same way, same way, same way.
I also got a couple of plants to fill some gaps. This is a geranium called Mrs. Kendall Clark. I also got some Telyctrum called Hewitt's Double. I put in some Raven's Wing cow parsley. I really love the white flower on the dark foliage. And lastly, another geranium Roseanne. Tomatoes really started to put on some serious growth, and then my husband asked could we grow some chilies, so I started some seeds of them too. I finally found a climber for the archway that my brother gifted me. It smells divine and has a really gorgeous pale pink flower, so I'm looking forward to planting it and seeing how it goes up the arch. My husband kindly put up some brackets in the greenhouse so I can grow my tomatoes up strings. I'm using string as a support for them as they grow and planting the string underneath the tomato plants when they are actually put into the ground. My potatoes also started to emerge. I was super doubtful these grow bags would work, to be honest, but it seems they really do. So I would recommend them to anyone. I finally decided to do something with my crab apples, and I decided to do something like this rather than the more traditional espalier idea I had before. It just seems more manageable and also more of a relaxed vibe in the garden, as espaliers, while I actually think they're beautiful, I think they're quite formal, and like my garden really isn't that formal. The blossom had started to come out in the trees and I just love the pink colour. It's just so unusual. When I was planting them, I had a little robin kind of supervise the work going on. It was really cool to be so close. I have some more ideas for this bed, so I'm hoping to make a start on that next month.
Get the sky, same way, same way, same way. I'll always be by your side.
I also had a visit in the form of a blackbird having a bath in the dog's water bowl.
I'm not on this world. Just close your eyes and hear these words.
In the last couple of weeks of April, the wisteria finally started to flower, and I forgot how good smelling it is. It's so nice. I also put in a temporary support for this honeysuckle. I planted it without really thinking about what it would grow up of, but it's too nice to move, so I think this obelisk will do for now. The irises have also made an appearance and they are just so gorgeous. I need to move one of them to where the rest of these ones are, as this seems to be the spot that they really thrive in, and I would eventually like to add more of them, really, to be honest. I think they're so pretty. As the end of the month came, the ravenswing has really flourished and the alliums are on their way, and the ballerina tulips are still putting on a show, which is really nice because I didn't realise I would get so long out of them. A surprise discovery this month that I made is this shrub, which has never flowered before this year, mainly because I cut it back really hard 2 years ago in the hope of killing it. Actually turns out to have the most beautiful flowers, and we discovered it's an old variety of, is it Willija? Is how you say the name? I'm not sure. I love it so much that I actually want to keep it now, and this is another example of the garden showing me that not all of my ideas are good ones. You should listen to your gardens, folks. Just as April is coming to an end, the hardy geraniums are starting to flower, and the foxgloves that have self-seeded are starting to shoot up. And I came across some tiny mushrooms in the garden, and it's just really giving fairy garden energy now, and I love it. I'm here for it. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.